News is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon, Spa, Nail and Barbershops, the Wellness Center Medical and Behavioral Health Clinics, Tissely Cross, Deliciously Smooth Cider, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. The decision of who to and not to select to perform on stage at the 69th Emancipation Festival activities is in the hands of the BVI Festival and Fairs Committee, says Premier and Minister of Finance Dr. the Honorable Natalio D. Whitley, while noting that he is very cautious to not cross the line of censorship.
I'm very careful about censorship. I think just about every artist, a majority of the artists who come and perform for our festival, both festival now and festival in the past, artists from abroad and local artists, they're going to be content within the lyrics that some persons wouldn't agree with. I think as a community, we have to have a conversation about what it is we want, because of course, persons are coming to listen to these persons. So it's a wider conversation that we have to have about the community, about what we want our festival to look like, and the type of artists that we want to come. And of course, I'm not here to censor anyone. I'm not here to render any moral judgment. There are many persons who have justifications for the type of reality which is described in some of the lyrics. You could look at a program on Netflix like Power. You see the type of violence that's in Power. You see the type of violence that's in movies and things like that. And we can all question, why do we allow it? We as a society have to have a conversation about these things, and we can always use our own individual choice to choose what we listen to and not listen to.
It was community activist and bishop of the New Life Baptist Church, John Ivan Klein, who on July 11, 2023, via a social media post, shared his disapproval of at least one artist who is slated to perform at this year's festival celebrations.
A particular artist gives me great concern, and that is an artist by the name of Byron Messiah. Now, I have spoken to the organizers of the festival and those responsible for booking these artists. This particular artist has a song called Taliban, and many of you can pull it up on YouTube. And in that song, the only thing that you hear and see is AK-47s, automatic, semi-automatic weapons. It talks about the clip being tall, which means how long the magazine is on the gun. It speaks about murder. It speaks about revenge. And while displaying all of these weapons, the money and the drugs that are on the ground in this video is very disturbing. This is one of the main artists for emancipation. And the concern for me is that in the Virgin Islands, where you have an increase in gun violence, you have an increase in the acquiring of weapons by young people throughout the Virgin Islands. You're going to tell me that the organizers of this festival could not find someone better to represent emancipation other than someone that promotes violence and display guns, and not just regular guns. These are semi-automatic weapons, and promote murder and plant seeds in our young people's minds about this kind of behavior. And I've spoken to them. No one have responded to me. And that's why I took to the airways. Because people of the Virgin Islands, we cannot continue to perpetrate violence and then ask what happened. We cannot continue to perpetrate and allow the man sing what he sings, but he doesn't have to be invited to our country to promote that type of thing or to represent that type of thing when our country is in crisis in gun violence. And I'm appealing to the organizers of festival. I'm appealing to the politicians that we have to do something about this.
Meantime, Premier and Minister of Finance Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Whitley says he will continue his call for unity in the fight against crimes. Premier Whitley was at the time responding to questions put to him at the July 20, 2023 press conference of the National Security Council, which was focused on the plans for tackling crimes in the Virgin Islands. For this JTV News Update, Kathy Richards.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
Opiate. Hi, I'm Cowboy, and I'm running for president of Stake. Thank you. And I will meet your needs. Some bathrooms are so expensive to build, they come with security. But at Staycation Butchers, our meats are affordable. People always ask me, Cowboy, where does your salmon come from? Well, our salmon comes from the water. A vote for Cowboy is a vote for quality, integrity, and consistency. So come into Staycation Butchers and cast your vote for me, your next president of Steak. Alexandra Durant approves this message.
No, I don't.